Look, I'm the receipt king, but too many people are in my DMs right now. And shout out to all the professionals who are on TV. But this guy who talked to me was not a brother, and you guys all know him on social media. He hit me up and said, I'm more closer than anybody else to what's really going on. I would like to thank that brother. Normally, I put the beginning of the intro and all that, but this is a serious conversation. So I'm like, let's have this conversation together as a family. So here we are, guys. What's good to everybody? It's your boy DJ Bless One, the best one. Thank you for watching another episode of I Smoke Hip Hop Live. And today I gotta keep it all the way real about Cleveland Browns and basically how they've been doing Shedeur Sanders. Now, I don't care how they try to spin it in the media. I don't care what Andrew Berry or Kevin Stefanski is trying to tell you guys with a smile on camera. But Dillion Gabriel was already told about his position on the team. And not only that, Dillion Gabriel was already told about Shedeur Sanders. Why else would Dillion Gabriel reference the entertainer comment? Because most guys on the team already had the same sentiments that they echoed about Shedeur Sanders. But let's carry on with it. The truth is, the team already told Dillion everything you hear that I've been telling you guys months in advance, way before the draft. Like straight up, they told him that Shedeur will not move ahead of him on the Cleveland Browns roster depth chart. Think about that. A rookie quarterback, Dillion Gabriel, already locked in ahead of Shedeur Sanders before Shedeur even had a chance to prove himself. That's collusion. You can't admit that, so you have to dilute the situation to not make it seem as visible that we all can already see and tell. So think about that. Dillon's already locked in and he's barely performed on a par level with other quarterbacks who've been guaranteed a position. Listen, he's only a third round pick. It's not our fault or Shedeur's fault that Jimmy Haslam and the Cleveland Browns invested by wasting an investment on Dillion Gabriel, because all the scouts told us Dillion Gabriel was a 6th-round draft pick all the way up to an undrafted rookie free agent. This was been being said about him since his junior year in college, his senior year in college, his 5th year in college, and including his 6th year in college. That's right, Dillion Gabriel stayed 6.5 years in college. And all of a sudden, Shedeur is there. He's now a 3rd-round pick. But let's move forward with it. I digress from it. So at the end of the day, that tells me everything I need to know. The fix was in there from day one. Like Bless One told you guys 3 years before Shedeur even got drafted. Videos on this platform right now telling you on the day the young man gets ready to get drafted, they're going to use so many things against him, as we got to see. Thank you. I told you so. But let's move forward with this. This isn't about being correct, because no matter how correct I am, I think we all can agree DJ Bless One feels hurt when he doesn't see his people given a fair chance to shine. I think we all can see that. I rather had been wrong than right, because that's still a young man's dream that we all had once upon a time ago. Some of us still have those dreams right now. Why would I want to be right just to see those dreams shattered? Nobody wins. Nobody wins when the family feuds, but they're not family. Let's keep moving forward with this. So basically, you have to be livid on what you're witnessing right now in 2025. See, here's what they're not going to say out loud. Kevin Stefanski is not going to say it. We know what he's been doing. Kevin Stefanski never wanted Shedeur Sanders. I think they already put it out there on all the major platforms that the front office of Cleveland Brown had to be forced to draft Shedeur Sanders. That means Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski are just giving crocodile smiles in front of us. Kevin Stefanski never believed in Shedeur. This was a pick forced on him because of ownership. And Andrew Berry, they're trying to give him credit for it. Jimmy Haslam is telling you it wasn't him, it was Andrew Berry. Andrew Berry was forced. That was the reports. And I already dropped the receipts on that. Go check it on the playlist in my channel. Go look at it. All of a sudden, we're being told that it was Andrew Berry's selection. They're only saying that so when Shedeur gets released or traded or whatever they're going to do with Shedeur, Andrew Berry can be the scapegoat, a brother who is the one who got rid of Shedeur. Although we know no GM in the NFL has real power if your name isn't John Lynch of the San Francisco 49ers or John Elway when he was the GM of the Denver Broncos. If you are a brother in a general manager position in the National Plantation League, you have no real power. You're only a puppet that's utilizing what the owners are telling you to do. Never forget that, ladies and gentlemen. But instead of embracing him, instead of coaching Shedeur up, they made a decision behind closed doors that Shedeur Sanders would never be given a fair chance in Cleveland. I think with all the weeks that has transpired and passed by, we can agree with DJ Bless one. They clearly never gave Shedeur Sanders a chance. I mean, all the NFL scouts and experts and insiders all had to come to the conclusion this young man was never given a chance. So they put him at the bottom of the depth chart on purpose, not because of talent, but because of politics, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's really break it down. General Manager Andrew Berry has been playing his role, this cover-up role, acting like Shedeur's future is in his hands. But in reality, Andrew Berry's job is to lie to Shedeur and lie to the media. I think I've proven that over and over throughout all the videos I've been producing for us, family. He's assigned, that is, to say, oh, we believe in him. Shedeur, remember when he put his hand on Shedeur and said, you did good? And Shedeur looked at him and said, I don't believe you. Shedeur wasn't playing, y'all. Shedeur wasn't joking around because Shedeur's been around the organization. He knows the energy. He knows the feeling. And I guarantee it, they rarely even speak to Shedeur. This is factual. I've been hearing a lot of the insights. He's really dismissed by a lot of the personnels, even player personnels. But you guys are negating that part. So we think it's one big Browns family. No, on this side, we're a real Brown family, but they're not the real Brown family. Don't let that go over your head, family. But listen to me. So you guys got to understand what's really going on with the media and the lies, because Andrew Berry is telling you one thing, but here's the thing. Oh, he's developing. Is that the case? Or he already brought in immense talent that he obtained already through his level of sponging from legends who can teach him properly? That's what Shedeur Sanders have always brought to the table. The part they don't want fans to know is that Cleveland's ownership has been operating with racist undertones when it comes to Shedeur Sanders. This is factual. And y'all know that not only that word around, look, don't just throw that word around, y'all. I say it because look at the patterns that I've been displaying in front of you guys from the Cleveland Browns. They draft this young black quarterback with all this hype, with a huge following, and instead of investing in him as the face of the team, they boxed him out. They never gave him a fair chance, not even the proper reps to compete fairly. Am I lying? What quarterbacks gets limited reps? And he was the only one who got limited reps in a so-called quarterback competition. They never wanted the son of Deion Sanders to be their leader. They never wanted his name. They never wanted his business impact. They never wanted his they never wanted his name, but they did want his business impact because the business impact was the only thing that made sense for the Cleveland Browns. Nothing else made sense except the fact that Shedeur is a conglomerate. He's a brand. He's a franchise in his own self. So that's what they did want to capture from Shedeur. They wanted his fan base. They wanted Shedeur Sanders, the quarterback. Notice all the media pundits in Cleveland. This is the hottest they've ever been. You know, that I didn't need the name of the Sanders to be hot, but I was. But they needed that, showing you the difference that Bless One does it because he sticks to code. They did it because of the name and what it brings, the enrichments, the relevancy. You see, they got their own docu-series going on now with the Cleveland Browns. All of a sudden, you guys got a quarterback competition docu-series, but it's not even a real quarterback competition. You guys have to understand they never wanted Shedeur Sanders to be the quarterback. And don't get it twisted. This is all on Jimmy Haslam, the owner of the Cleveland Browns. Haslam and that front office know that Shedeur Sanders is box office. They know every time his name is mentioned, the cameras show up. The fans show up and buy tickets. They're sold out. The fans know what's going on. The jerseys, the record-breaking sales of jersey sales, the tune into preseason games that have become record-breaking numbers that's uncharted before. You know what I'm saying? Just to see the young man warm up. But they had no plans, and I mean zero plans for Shedeur Sanders to ever be the face of the Cleveland Browns. He's a business move, not a football move. And that's the sad reality. I'm not a complaint. I'm not a professional Vic. I just come here to tell you what it is. Don't get mad at Bless One. This racism thing was here when I was born here and got here. I did not create it. See, they thought they were slick. They thought they could draft Shedeur, exploit the Sanders brand, get all the attention that comes with it, and then quietly bury him on the depth chart and then dismiss him. But that's why you see all this tension. That's why you see all this weird energy around Shedeur in Cleveland, because the truth is leaking out. Little by little, fans can see it, former players can see it, and now the question is, how long before Shedeur sees it himself? Maybe he already sees it. Maybe that's why Shedeur has that level of professionalism that a lot of guys in his situation wouldn't obtain. So I'm going to say it like this. The Cleveland Browns never wanted Shedeur Sanders to succeed. They just wanted his name, his followers, his spotlight, but they never wanted to hand him the keys. And if that's the case, maybe it's time for Shedeur Sanders to find a city, find a franchise, find a fan base that actually wants him as their future. Because Cleveland never wanted him. I want you guys to let me know in the comment sections if I'm correct when I say this. When Shedeur Sanders is regulated to either a release player or a dismissed player, traded player, or practice squad player, what will those so-called melanated Cleveland Brown fans actually do to their team? Would they dismiss it as Shedeur was nothing, just a regular player? Or would they rise up and make their voices heard on how they feel about the level of incompetency from the Cleveland Browns franchise? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm DJ Bless One, the best one. And with that, I love all of you guys. So love your family, love your kids, and stay blessed. Never forget that this thing will always be bigger than football and deeper than football.
I've been broke so many times.